Hi everyone. This is a really hard video to make. So I don't know really where to begin. I have literally no words. This is really weird. Okay, so I'm just gonna talk about what happened really, and I want to apologise in advance if I don't come across as like super emotional, because for starters, this has kind of been happening since August, so I've had kind of time to deal with it. Also, I'm not a massive fan of public, like, you know, crying and stuff like that. I'm a very like private crier, so I generally don't cry in front of people, let alone in front of a camera, so don't think I'm heartless. Yeah, apart from when I'm drunk. I mean, when I'm drunk I cry all the time, that's great. Anyway, maybe I should have got drunk before filming this. Anyway, you probably can tell from the title of the video, and the fact that Tanbei and I haven't been making videos for a long time, that something has been going on, and I actually want to thank everyone, for starters, for asking us. We had a lot of comments on our last video, we've had a lot of messages on Facebook and Instagram, and a lot of people have been saying, hey, what's up, where are the videos, what's going on, are you okay, la la, and that's really nice. It's very, you know, really, I really feel like you guys care about us, and it's always nice to be cared about, so thank you. Yeah, anyway, long story short, oh god, how do I say this? Long story short, Tanbei and I are no longer together. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good way to say that. Well, that's the truth, so whatever. Yeah, basically this, in some ways it happened really quickly, and in other ways it was kind of a long time coming. I want to start by saying there are no hard feelings. Well, yeah, that's not right. Yeah, so this was kind of a long time coming, also kind of very abrupt and quick, and basically what happened is we kind of had become, I don't know when it happened, but we'd basically become best friends who work together and see each other all the time, and who love each other, but it kind of ended as we loved each other, but kind of like a brother and sister, or a mother and son, or father and daughter, as in, like, you know, not like a family member, like a very close family member. And for a long time, actually, I kind of thought about this, and I thought, you know, at the end of, because we've been together for 12 years, and you kind of sit there and think, at the end of 12 years, if all you have is a best friend who you travel the world with and have amazing times with and get on really well with and have similar goals and similar morals, like, isn't that like what we're supposed to be doing as like monogamous people? Isn't that the goal? Isn't that what you see in all these TV shows and on films and in books? And it's like happily ever after, that is what happily ever after is. And it didn't really help that people constantly said to me all the time, oh, you have the perfect life, like, look at you, you've got a guy who adores you, and you travel the world, like I said, and you work for yourselves, and you're living your dream. And yeah, and I did feel kind of bad that wasn't like enough for me. But at the end of the day, I think what really kind of happened for me, it was just like, you only live once, you know, you only live, YOLO, you really do only live once. And if me being, like, there were two things that could happen. If Tanbei and I broke up, either I would have a better life or a worse life, but even if I had this worse life, at least I tried to see what else was out there and to experience everything. Like, I think if you don't experience everything, for me that's kind of the point of life. I mean, not everything, but like everything you want to experience. I feel like I'm really digging a hole here. Anyway, so Tanbei and I are still friends, and I feel like, I mean, I hope we'll always be friends. That's something that's really important to me, but I can appreciate that there's been a lot of hurt and a lot of, I don't know, feelings of betrayal or whatever, and anger and sadness, like a lot of sadness. For both of us, this was our first ever relationship. For both of us, this is our first ever breakup, and it was 12 years, you know, like we don't really know anyone else that has been together that long, B, at such a long age, and C, only with one person. Like, I have a really good friend, and she's been with her partner a long time, but before that she had other relationships, and we have older relatives that have been together for a long time, but you know, they're older, so it was really hard finding people to relate to what we were talking about, because it's just like, the other problem is there's no bad guy here. I mean, I think a lot of people were trying to find, oh, who dumped who, like who did this and that, who's the victim here, and neither of us are victims. I suppose if I'm like totally honest, I do feel like this was my fault, but I also really feel deep down that this is best for both of us, not just for me. Like, I feel this is really the best thing for Tambe, and we got very, very codependent on each other, and we really kind of heightened each other's fears and kind of fueled those. I think we also were a comfort zone for each other, which didn't really allow us to like grow. And ever since we broke up, I feel like we've both done a big job of growing. Tembo especially, he's I don't know. Okay, so to the stuff that I'm sure is important to you. What's going to happen to Travelling Weasels? So this is another part of the whole, okay, this is your first relationship, this is a very long relationship, this is your first breakup, blah blah. On top of all that, our lives were so intertwined. Like, we worked together, everything, all of our business is intertwined, and that's been kind of like ooh, who gets what and who does this and that. And we're like I said, we're still friends, and well, for me personally, there are no kind of like evil feelings like, oh, I want revenge, or oh, I want to screw you over, or oh, I want this and that. So we've been quite good about, okay, this is the fairest thing to do with this is this, and blah blah. The hardest thing to talk about was the YouTube channel, because you know, there are many different things we could have done. Like, Tambo could have kept the channel, I could have kept the channel. Originally we both thought that we'd probably upload a few things and then go our separate ways, but then after a while we were like, why don't we keep the channel but upload separately? And I don't know if this is like unique to YouTube, but I certainly haven't seen it on the like 2 other YouTubers that I watch. So yeah, the idea is it's going to be more of like, you know, like how a TV program has lots of different, well, a TV channel, sorry, has lots of different programs on that channel. That's the kind of direction, well, that's the kind of direction we kind of want to go into. I have a lot of ideas and a lot of things I want to talk about, specifically being more honest on YouTube. I want to be more like ethical and more helpful, and I have some good ideas. Tambe, I don't know if he will end up uploading to this channel again. I really hope he does. I really hope that we meet again in the future and make a video together. I think that would be really nice. The point is, it's open for both of us to upload to this channel, and it always will be, and we're going to be bringing in lots of new people, and so Travelling Weasels will become Travelling Weasels. Instead of 2 weasels, there will be many weasels, many new characters, and basically I hope that you enjoy what's to come next. Yeah, I want to say a massive thank you to Tambe for everything, really, absolutely everything, and you know, I hope he knows how much he means to me and how much like, he'll always mean to me. We grew up together, really, and a big part of me is him. And I'm sorry that I wasn't better, and that I didn't do more. Grim. Anyway, I also want to say thank you to you for watching, and for being so kind and patient with us, and watching to the end of this blabbery video. I don't know what else